My name is Temya Jackson. I am 20 years old and I am from Phoenix, Arizona. I currently go to Gateway Community College's Washington campus and will be transferring to Arizona State University this fall of 2025 because of the opportunity I was given from the All Arizona Scholarship. At Gateway, I am pursuing an associate's in engineering and will be transferring into a biomedical engineering major with a focus in biological devices at Arizona State University. So I want to start off by giving a shout out to Yasmin for being the person who gave me the opportunity to become a part of the scholarships family and truly supporting my pursuit of higher education and believing in me. I think our relationship is one of the best, and I just feel so much better about perceiving my future because of you believing in me. So I want to thank you so much, Yasmin. I also want to thank Estefania. Meeting you was great, and I really appreciate your support as well in my pursuit of higher education and you also believing in me. And lastly, I want to thank both Jesse and Isla. Rest in peace to both of you. And I will never forget the impact you've had on me and how you've been able to build me as a leader and student at Gateway. And you will truly have an influence on how I grow throughout my higher education and also my career in the future. Just some words of encouragement to students like me, students who may look like me, students who may have came from a single parent, low income, first generation household like me. There's so many people out there who can see things in you that you didn't see in yourself. And I think you really should just take a leap of faith and do things that you may or may not like. Just try things out. Pursue opportunities that look like aren't defined by you, but you are the only person who's supposed to define the things that you pursue. And I think that it's so beautiful to see, people like us and people not like us and anybody who comes from a disadvantaged background to be able to leverage themselves up just based on the work that they do. So I learned about scholarships through my dad, who is my parent that is the incarcerated individual. We were just talking and he was like, hey, I've been going through these parenting classes and I learned about this scholarship for children of incarcerated parents. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll definitely check it out. I think I was a bit, hesitant because I never thought about or even thought there was a scholarship for that particular thing that applied to your life or, that part of who I am. So I think, but when it comes to learning about scholarships that way, I think it really helped and changed the way I perceived how me having an incarcerated parent can impact my life. I think when I first entered the scholarship family, I was very happy. I think it was a flip switched. And as I spent more time in scholarships, I was able to grow in my mindset of how having an incarcerated parent would impact my life. Primarily, I really didn't talk about my dad. I didn't really talk about the fact that one of my parents was absent and, if anything, was in jail. But being in scholarships, being able to have my education supported and in many different ways, I think it allowed me to not think about that aspect of my life and my identity as a setback, but rather as something that I can grow from and say, hey, I'm in this role, I'm pursuing an undergraduate degree, I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree, and I have a incarcerated parent. It's not something that people would have to be ashamed of. I was able to see so many people doing successful things and pursuing their higher education while being the same as me, having a parent who is in jail. And that kind of thing was very profound to me. I think I was able to enter a space where it was so welcoming and there was that mutual understanding that, hey, we're all here because we have an incarcerated parent. And, once again, it made me lose that shame, but I think it really rounded my perspective on it. And it didn't feel like a setback anymore. It felt like a launching pad where I could really just shoot for the stars from now on. And I didn't have to be held back by that idea and that part of me that is the truth. But I think what I like the most about the program is being able to see different scholars and what avenues they're taking and what they're doing for their education, and also above and beyond that. I think it's very encouraging to see that we all come from mutual places of having incarcerated parents or a parent, and seeing that we're still doing great things. We're still not defined by, what our household looks like. And I think that kind of thing is really beautiful. And I've been able to connect with people who have similar hobbies or interests as me. And I feel like it's very much comforting to know that, we're all in the space where we come from, either a single parent household or a household where one of our biological parents are not present. I would definitely encourage people to apply to scholarships. I think, especially for those who have that certain perspective that I used to have about shame when it came to, having a parent who is incarcerated, and even maybe coming from a single parent, low income household, those kind of things, those are our truths and those are things that we identify by, but it's not what defines us at all. And, taking part in some sort of avenue that allows you to kind of redefine it and redefine who you are, I think it's very beautiful to look at it that kind of way. I think, especially for my community, we shouldn't let those kind of things define us. We shouldn't be limited to where we grow up or what kind of environment we're, raised up in. It's so many horizons out in the world. There's so many pathways to take, so many opportunities to just grab onto. You can't let that kind of thing define how you live your life and how you're going to go through it. There are going to be hard times, and it may be because of having an incarcerated parent, but you are your own individual. And I think taking part of scholarships is one of the best steps to take in being able to take back how you define your life and how you live your life, and how your life is going to be shaped into adulthood and a higher education. I definitely recommend scholarships as an opportunity for those who have incarcerated parents, because there are so many opportunities in the world and there are so many avenues and pathways for us to take. And I think scholarships is one of the best steps you can initiate to do that.